I'm sort of a practical kind of guy. I think you've got to make certain you don't leave here until you get the attention of members of Congress. We've passed, we spent a whole week on legislation in the House, fully debated. Now it's in conference. And you've got to bring, to not see your kids die in vain or your family members die in vain, you've got to make certain that they've got the very best provisions in this legislation. I go back to Senator Hawkins. I was her chief of staff when we tackled the cocaine problem in the 1980s. She was chair of a drug policy Senate committee, and we tackled it then. I was chairman of criminal justice drug policy from 98 to 2000. I told Mr. Guinta, I've been around the country. I was in New Hampshire when they were dropping like flies back then. The treatment is fine. The treatment is at the end of the line. No one will talk about what I'm going to talk about is the people who gave you your kids or your loved ones these drugs are murderers, okay? They aren't being prosecuted. The prosecutions are down. The stuff is coming across our borders. A lot of it is cheap Mexican heroin. When I was chairman of criminal justice drug policy, it was Colombian, and it came through Mexico. They can tell you what field the heroin came from, or fentanyl, or drugs that they've mixed up, and they're killing our kids. You have got to stop that too. The provisions in this bill are, well, the Senate bill and the bills we passed are good, but you have got to stop these deadly narcotics getting in the hands in the first place. You got to stop the just say it's okay. And they start on marijuana or alcohol or whatever it is, and they work their way up the chain. So education is important. I don't recall an education element. I remember I worked with Dick Morris, who's a political consultant. I think he lost his brother to an overdose. And we took the public airwaves, and we required about half the time, public service time, to be devoted to education. The media is the most, and this is the most influential thing in our lives. I haven't seen that part of the element, but we need a national campaign to educate people, particularly our young people, which are most vulnerable. But wanted to make those points before I go. So when you see the members, no one can empathize with you enough with the loss. And everybody in this room knows someone or is close to someone. But again, we've got to make it the most. There'll never be another campaign like this or an opportunity to legislate. So try to get to the members, make certain that the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed in this legislation. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you for coming, and I apologize for leaving, and I'll try to return.